Hey, greetings! I'm just at, let me see if you can see my big face, hang on. Oh, there you are! Greetings, me old sporodactyls, dinkles and popty pings, and how the devil are you? I hope you're well. You're joining me here at Cornigarth. I'm at Cornigarth for the night. I've had three nights expenses so far this week. I don't really like staying at truck stops and whatnot, but I seem to be running up and down the A66 this week. I'm on my way down to Sheffield in the morning. I've got two drops, multi-drops, potato. I've got two drops, and then I'm going back up the way for more concrete barbs, lad, in a place that we go to regularly, apparently. I'll tell you, fucking tell them ain't there in a minute at all. Anyway, I went in before to pay the ferryman, but because I've ended up running into a 15 again tonight. I want to get some progress if I get down towards Sheffield, so I can get tipped in the morning. I'm only an hour or so away from where I need to be, so I'm going to get up put my card in about 5 o'clock. Crack on, you know what I mean? I'm booked in for 8, and I got here by the time I'd done my paperwork and that, it was about 8:10. I can't mind on what time it is now. It's do you know what I mean? Anyway, I went over and paid the ferryman, and I got the meal voucher, and the cafe shuts at 8 o'clock, and I thought, bastard. So I ended up in Subway instead. And as I'm coming back round, it's not these trucks in front of me, but further down, I'm on the overflow car park. But further down, there's a lot of fellas stood round, yakking on. There's some low loaders over to the side there, and there's some of them stood round, and they're all yakking on. And I thought to myself, I did take a photograph. I've put something on the face, bollocks, like, if any of it's on my Facebook, you'll know what I've wrote. But basically, from, just walking over, you can tell a mile off that you have to start to myself, all them fellas are stood over, there's about 6 of them, I thought, they're all stood over there, chatting absolute fucking shite. I'm telling you, absolute shite. No matter who you work for, what I've found in this fucking business so far, like I said, I've only been doing this for 4 years, but no matter where I've been, right, which truck stop you go to, RDCs, out like that. I've been to a couple of RDCs very occasionally with a previous job like. But if you get, no matter which company you work for or what you're hauling, right, you get a bunch of drivers stood together of a night time, right, having a mother's meeting when they've all clocked off, and they all chatting same fucking shite. I'm telling you, pure shite. And even as you walk past them, you can hear them chatting fucking same old shite. And it usually goes something along the lines of this. They're on about something at once. We're in there, mate, we're in there. And he fucking said, I want you in there, I want you over there. And while you're doing it... And I said to him, listen, pal. I said, you try getting it in there if you think you can. I fucking told him. And then one other one will say, aye, I've been there. And you know what? I fucking tell you, he said to me, 10 minutes driver and I'll come and tip you. Well, I'm waiting. Got to 11 minutes past the hour, 12 minutes past, so I burged over. I said, oi, pal, you told me you'd be 10 minutes. It's now 11 minutes past, just going on to 12 to past the hour. You better get my wagon tip next, you, or there'll be fucking hell on. I'll not tell you again. And then another one will pop up just to outdo the other two, and it might be something along the lines. I know what you mean. Well, when I worked for such a body, I worked for such a body for years, and we went in there, and I went in with such a load, me, and I fucking didn't like him, me. He was getting on my nerves. So do you know what I did? I opened my back doors and I just tipped it all up fucking Weybridge, and I fucked off. Because I'm not a hearse, me, I'm a right big man. You know what I mean? And you'll always get one what stood there just like saying nothing, arms folded and just going, just nodding like that, thinking, fuck off, you lying bastard, you're full of shit. You know what I mean? And then he'll say something along the lines of, what they'll all agree with Yeah, well, it's not like it used to be, is it? And then they'll all pop up. Oh, aye, but it used to be, then I'm back in good old days, Eton twin splitters, jumpers for goalposts, you know, back in the day when we all had fucking rickets and polio, blah, 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 pimples, Hitler. You know what I mean? They all talk same shit. I tell you, every truck stop's fucking same. Every truck stop, everywhere you get a bunch of drivers, all of a night time, no matter what you're hauling or who you're working for, they all talk same fucking shite. You go into any of them RDCs, only ever been into a couple, not for long. You go into any of them, ain't fucking waiting. Fucking hell. I once took cat litter into one from a place to the other side of yonder. Don't know, it's next door but one to thingamajig malarkey. I once took cat litter in. Gives you keys, wait over there, we'll show you when we're taped. I said, it's a walking floor. Oh, is it? Oh, you know what I mean? No, it's a walking floor. Right, just wait there a minute, we'll have a meeting. So you have to sit in with fucking rest of them. They're all talking fucking shite. I'm telling you what, right? There must have been 600 fucking men on the balcony that day when the SAS stormed the Arabian embassy in London. And 99.9% of them are all wagon drivers who look like the size of the cab. You know what I mean? They were either on fucking balcony that day, or they just missed being on Herald of Free Enterprise when it fucking keeled over. I'm telling you, I've met fucking loads of them. And then they come out to you. Right, driver, walking floor, yeah. Just pull it off that there, stick it round there, we'll tip you. You know what I mean? So yeah, tonight is Thursday. I really am enjoying this week. I'll be honest, I've made a few mistakes. I've made a few fuck-ups. Like it's been hard work a couple of days. I tell you, it really has. I went into a place. I'm not going to mention the name of it, but I went into a place where we go regular. To the day for trailer swap and drop a trailer and pick up another one loaded with concrete pipes, big long tubes, and they're like laid out full width foot cab. So how many did I have on? I had 16 pipes on. Luckily they're all ground level, just one, you know, but the ones at the back were like two little ones, one and then another one, and then boom, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of them, and then 6 of these proper big long ones. But the little ones were all same length as these big long ones, but they were just like, you know, half a pipe. So I goes in, I put your trailer over there, go to the dispatch office. Right, pal, you want trailer number XYZ? I said, right, so I goes round, fucking hell, it'd be that one, didn't it? I'd seen it all the way in. And I remember thinking, Christ, that's been dropped a bit funny. Do you know what I mean? Fucking shunters dropped that funny. It was like half on road and half leaned in on shite. It was like leaning over that way, but fucking nose down. Not even race to spare. I thought, that's going to be a fucking night. With right on corner as well. There's going to be a ball ache getting that. So this fifth wheel is not one of them like a shunter's pin where you can just bang in it. You know what I mean? And I thought I'll rip fucking thing off. So I thought, right, how am I going to do this? So I weighed it up. I thought, I'm not going on phone. You know, I'm meant to be an experienced driver. The driving bit's no problem, but I thought I'm not going on phone and think, hey, that's what I mean. I can't pick trailer up. I can't get on it. You know what I mean? I thought they're going to think I'm fucking mental, like. So I thought, right, best thing to do is drop it down. It wouldn't have been so bad if it was just on road, but where I come off the road bit, I'm then onto shite with that half at unit and trailers down on half at shite. So all I can do here is drop there out as much as I can, get it right on its belly, creep him under as much as I can, just get a bit at fifth wheel under, raise suspension up as much as I can without breaking anything, do you know what I mean? And then wipe trailer legs down at about 3mm at first, so then I come back here, dropped it again, back under a little bit further. It was like that scene out of Austin Powers when have you seen that film Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me or something like that? When he's trying to turn that golf buggy round, he'd doing about 900 shunts. But eventually I could get half at bloody fifth wheel under, raised it up as much as I could, legs down a bit further, then I went back, dropped it, went back here, and then eventually I get an alt fifth wheel under, so I just bank suspension up as much as I could, legs down as far as I could, dropped it, come back here, went back in proper, boom, right up pin. Job were a good one. So, strapping thing, like, yeah. I mean, I've been shown and told how to do it, but it's one thing when you're out with somebody what's showing you, but when you're on your own, you're like, fucking hell, what did he say? How did he say this? Which was great going through all normal parts. Hook up, like a, you know what I mean? The Eric Bristow of the pipe throwing line. Try to think of some pipes then. All I could think of was Scotland the Brave. I do like that tune. Anyway, I get all them, no bother. But then you have to put two at the front and two on the back and try and angle them at like a 45-degree angle. I thought, Craig, am I going to do this? Because no matter how I tried, the bloody ratchets was right. The ratchet were right close in on bloody concrete. I thought, I don't want to damage anything. You know what I mean? And I just had a meltdown. I'm thinking, what am I doing here? I can't do this. So then I thought, message driver trainer, help me. You know. So he rang us up. You remember? I said, yeah, I remember now. So he's thinking, and then you start doubting yourself. Then don't you? Second guessing yourself, thinking, have I done this right? Have I done that right? And is that right? And anyway, when it worked, when it's thinking like I'd done pretty much everything right, but just as I'm faffing on with these two parts, there's another driver coming, not from our lot, from another company. So I flagged him down because I was doubtful. Do you know what I mean? I said, "Here, mate," I said, "I'm sorry to bother you." I said, "I've not just passed my test." I said, "I've been driving a while." Like I said, "I've just come onto this game." I said, "Everything's all right till I've picked these up." I said, "Just check over this, make sure I've done it right." I said, "I don't fancy." I was going up to Scotland with it this morning. Well, I was down 66 last night. I said, I don't fancy these coming off. Aye, come on. And I tell you what, he was brilliant. Top fella, like. And then another one of his colleagues come in as well, and he jumped out as well. And they both come over, and they just had cracked with me, and they told me, aye, what you want to do in future, blah, blah, you know, and they just see me right. And it's nice to know that there's some bloody good people like that about what will help you. You know, he said, we've all got to start somewhere, mate. Don't worry about it. If in doubt, ask and just take your time. And if you're not sure, throw an extra strap on. Do you know what I mean? And it was brilliant, that, like. So anyway, long story short, I must have been in there well over an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours, sweating, you know what I mean, thinking, fuck my life. But I suddenly thought to myself, walking floor work was a piece of piss. You know what I mean? It just, open your back doors, get in cab, press a button, PTO on, and just sit there watching it come out. Maureen, it's coming, I tell you. I've seen the future. It's fucking that way. But I thought, I'm not going to give up. No way. You know, it's like anything else. I think once you start a new job like this, the driving bit's pretty straightforward. And I am getting a lot better at reversing. It was embarrassing when I first started trying to reverse this thing because I've been that used to a Scania for 4 years. I could reverse a Scania round on a sixpence, but one of these things, the DAF, it just takes a bit of getting used to for me because I've put it turn. I think it's not going. So I put some more, and it's not going. So I'd kink it round, and all of a sudden to kick in and just screw. Well, Jesus Christ, I'll shunt it, you know what I mean? But anyway, Rome wasn't built in a day, was it? But yeah, I am enjoying it, I really am, and I think in a few weeks' time I'll be a lot better than I was when I first started. It's only been a few days. I think in a few months' time I'll be a dab hand, and I'll be, you know, every day will still be a school day, of course it will. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this job develops. I really am. I'm making mistakes, you know what I mean, but it's to be expected, I think. But I'm getting better. You know, I went to a place in Scotland this morning on well, I'd say it's going to be a building site. It's a housing development, but the parts I was taking, the ground workers are just coming in and sorting things out. So that was a bit tricky, to be honest, getting in, because I'm used to tight spots, don't get me wrong. I've been all over the place when I was with Yankees in tight spots and whatnot. But this, to come in off the road, it was easy enough to find, but coming off the road, and they've got all the mesh fencing. So the road was tight enough as it is, but they were like half a road. It was literally, fencing was right at the side of the fucking wagon. And initially he wanted me, I come in hindsight, I should have reversed in. But he said, no, you'll be right. So I had a look at it. I thought, no bother. So I drove in. And then he says, right, what I want you to do in a minute, he says, back up a bit, get a nice wide swing and go left through this other mesh fencing onto this little compound where the machines were flattening and digging. I said, I'm not going in there, no chance, I'll not get turned round. You'll be able to reverse out. I thought, are you going to, I said, are you going to take all this for, I'm turning into one of them men over there. So I fucking told him, I said, listen, mesh head, I'll fucking give you mesh fencing, you know what I mean? I didn't. I says, no, I'm not going in there. I said, I'll not get turned round, pal. No chance. You can reverse out, can you? I said, well, yeah, if you take all this fencing down. I said, but it'll be tight getting, reversing out once trailers kinked over like. I said, I'll end up rackling fencing. Okay, no bother. Right, so what we'll do then, driver? And he was sound with me, fella. I give him his due. He was brilliant. He was sound. Just drive forward up there. Let these two vans pass you. And there's a wagon coming in for a class 2 tipper where they're hauling shite in what they're digging. He must have been tipping local because he was in and out while I was there. And I was there over an hour because he says, drive forward there now, back up as much as close as you can to this edge and fencing. He said, we'll load you from over, we'll unload you, we'll tip you from over the top. All you'll have to do is just take all your straps off and ratchets first. He says, don't worry about that, we want to get you tipped out road and then get you over there when you can strap back up. Roll your straps. I said, no worries. So they were like, come with this teleangler with a big long pole on it. It was just coming out top of these edges, in and out. And then I had to just keep reversing back. He started me front back, you know what I mean, and then I just reversed back little bits at a time until he got last one off. And then I rolled all my straps up, and I was a lot quicker rolling my straps up today than I was yesterday and the day before. So that was no worries. I'm going to get myself one of them winders, you know. I really want to hear them fingers. I suddenly thought George formed them. Mother! Turned out nice again. And I'm going to get myself one of them strap winders anyway and see how they work. But yeah, I was a lot quicker doing straps up, and then I done all my ratchets, and some of these ratchets needed a good spray with thingy. I'd done half of them yesterday, but the second lot on the thingies, because I did put extra straps on just to make sure. I put 3 on the back. 3 on the back and 3 on the front, just to make sure, you know what I mean? And the rest just had 1 going through each particular one. So anyway, I sprayed all my ratchets with a bit of lube, butter him up, offer him, and they're a lot better now. But then I had to try and get all these they put these chocks on, don't they, with hammering nails in and stuff. So I'm trying to reach over with claw hammer. Luckily I'd got a claw hammer. I'm trying to get all these chocks off and that, and you know, into the, what they call them big planks of 3x2, the spacers or the dividers, where you sit these big wooden posts down, all the way down trailer. Well, that was already preloaded, and they put them on there, but you 10-foot hammer nails through them as well for keep things secure, do you know what I mean? So that was a bit of a ball ache and a faff on. So it took me a while. I mean, I got taped and I've rolled my straps up, no bother at all, but it just took me a while for tidy up time after. I was sweating. But I've enjoyed it, I really have. I've enjoyed it, and I think I'm going to enjoy this job, and I'm going to enjoy seeing how this develops for me. I say Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm still learning. Most of the staff I've met here have all been brilliant and sound with me, like, and it's no bother at all. But I think what it is, you know, when you're trying to do 3 things at once, I mean, the driving's only half of the job here, doing, well, not just so much here, I suppose, on flatbeds in general. But when you're trying to think of 3 or 4 things at once, and I'm still getting used to the new system on this tablet thing, what I've got, everything your work comes through that, and it's a Tom sat-nav as well. So I'm still trying to get used to that, and then I'm thinking, right, what do I have to do this? And then there's one particular, like, company I picked up from, you've got to scan this QR code, and, you know, and you're still trying to get your head around that and thinking, oh Christ, have I done this, have I done that, oh shit, I forgot about that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm still making mistakes that way. But it'll come a time, I suppose, when it's second nature. I mean, it was the same when I first started at Jenkins. It took me 3 months to get into the job proper, and once I penny dropped, it was sound. It was really sound. But yeah, Rome wasn't built in a day. Right, I've rambled on for far too long. I'm going to get away now and get my head down. I'm up again tomorrow. It's Friday. Go and get these 2 drops tipped, and then I'm back into concrete place again. I'll be trailer swapping, dropping this trailer, picking up a loaded one, so hopefully it's not the same fucking thing. But if it is and it's going to the same place, at least I'll know where it is now, don't I? Do you know what I mean? Right, I've been your old mate Borothea. Once again, you, my friend, have been beautiful. Join me again on the next one. I'll see you later. Thanks very much from me and the daff. Ta-ra!